Lay low, mate. On the beat.
Cowboys drawing Uncut. Cowboys drawing Uncut. Cowboys drawing Uncut.
Manageable.
Yeah! Here we go! Here we go! Here we go! Yeah!
Another episode of Cowboys Drawing Uncut. Hey, man. Hey. What they getting ready to do, crew? What they ready to do, man? We just be the team with a winning record, you know?
That can't be.
Yeah, we don't
can't be because not Dallas. They don't. They can't beat nobody with a winning record.
That's right.
That's the narrative I heard.
No, and you can't forget, it's only the Seahawks. It's just the Seahawks.
Now it is.
You know, it's just the Seahawks.
What
I've
you
heard
get-
that one an awful lot too.
What you got going on, OG? What you got going on, man?
Tell them what it is.
Burger time.
Oh man.
Like we said,
Well, how,
they drop burgers, we drop burgers. We support our team.
that's right. That's right.
I dropped that burger way before I said that cut. Had to.
True.
Yeah, it wasn't gonna make it too long, man.
That burger settling right now.
Man.
Yes, sir.
It's been like, how many weeks is that in a row now? I just probably ate burgers like 4 times. 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah, it's 2 weeks in a row.
3 out of 4. 3 out of 4.
It's been
We
like
we done had 4 burgers though,
Yeah,
right?
that's what I was about to say. We didn't been dropping. We didn't ate a lot
Yeah,
of
we
burgers.
had
lately,
4.
man.
Yeah.
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 It's time for some indies.
Yeah, it's 4.
Man.
50 piece.
Time for 50
We
piece.
going 50-piece
50-piece.
Philly.
50-piece
Hey, if we
nugget.
50-piece Philly, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna
In
do
the
it
words
against
of
the
Michael Irvin, man, the playmaker, man, they gonna have to. The haters is gonna have to sheddy up. Sheddy up.
Man, tell them, boy, playmaker.
Playmakers gonna tell you. You better listen.
You
So
know,
what
they
y'all think,
always-
man? What y'all think, man? We're going into Philly Sunday night next week. They coming off a loss. San Fran put a burger up on them like they did us, man. I mean, how y'all feel? Philly will come in to Dallas next week. Will it be a harder game, or are they softened up for us?
You know what they say, man. Kill the beast while they wounded.
I said they was gonna soften them up. Like you knew it was coming. They've been itching to lose for the past since they played us. They've been itching to lose since they played us. So every game has been tight ever since they beat us in a game that we should have won. Then they had a bye week, and the last few games since then, all of them have been tight. One play make a difference wins, and they just ran up against a team who wasn't gonna take it. And then we ready to do the same thing next week.
I'm just saying, regardless of how Philly come in, if they softened up, mad, it's all about what we do. Stay focused,
Absolutely.
play our game, knock them on off. That 1 by 40, I just want the dub.
They just, man, I think they just ran into they played at 3 games in 13 days, 12, 13 days, like we just came off of, but we won. That's just what it was. They worn down and they played a team that was, that's on the road right now. And it happened to them.
Yeah,
they better be ready because this is,
Yeah.
this is one of them games, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
You ain't at home.
In the words of Beanie Siegel,
one of them
put your
games.
3D
You better get
glasses
ready.
on, 'cause we coming right at you.
we got all
You know what I mean? It's done at this moment. Like, I've
Absolutely.
been waiting for this, man. Like, it really feels. I knew coming in we was gonna kick their ass, and I think we're gonna kick their ass. Like, it's just gonna happen. They've been waiting to lose every week. One play, you got a drop ball in Kansas City, you pull one out. You got you got bad routes and missed calls in Buffalo, and then you had our game, and it was somebody. Who was the first game that they had won after their bye? They won 3 tight ones in a row. It was.
Was it the Commanders?
I about to say
Commodore?
Washington.
I
When
don't
they
know.
went to overtime.
Yep. Okay. And then the Kansas City game and the Buffalo game, they hit a team that was gonna hit them back, and when they don't play their best, they weren't able to beat a really good team. So they're gonna have to come in playing real hard against us to beat us at home, man. It's just gonna happen. It's gonna have to happen.
So you're saying we learned from our mistakes and our loss against them, and we turned the tables at home.
Yeah, I'm not like our mistakes last time was penalties and poor execution in the red zone. Since that game, I mean, even this past week, we were still 4 for 8 in the red zone, but we were able to put up a lot of numbers. We still put up numbers this game.
But we had penalties.
We
We
still
still have
penalties,
penalties,
too.
and we still have penalties. The effort, you know, that's why I'm kind of torn because that effort was enough to beat that team, and I love the way we responded. But that same effort against a really good team will still have you will have you in a loss. So it's double-sided. It's a double-edged sword with that one, man. So I feel confident. I love the way we won. I love the way we was able to fight back. I love the way that we were able to execute when needed. You know, if you listen to the first 5 episodes, I had talked about what happens when Dak gets the ball with 2 minutes left and has to win the game for you. He ain't gonna do it. And I said that, and I was wrong. You know what I mean? So, you know, shout out to you, Dak. You know, shout out to you, man.
Shout out,
shut me
Dak.
up, man. Shut me up, man. Like, I was happy to see it, dog. It felt good, dog. It felt good, dog. Shout out to you, man. I was wrong, bro. 'Cause he just talked about that, man. You know, like, I've been riding with him. since the Philadelphia.
Yeah, your MVP.
Yeah, he's my MVP.
Your season MVP.
Yeah, but you know, he mentioned that this week, bro. He mentioned it this week.
Because
he mentioned it this week, bro. Because he said about all the, how they asked him how he was feeling about all the people who was doubting him and now riding with him. And, you know, I feel you, bro. I was one of them at first, man. You didn't shut me up. You proved me wrong, dog.
So is it safe to say that Dak is the best quarterback in the NFC East?
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. After Hurts' performance yesterday, yeah.
He's playing the best right now, especially.
And a lot of people going to say that, okay, look what happened when y'all played the 49ers. That was week 5. It ain't happening, that type of effort. I don't see this team that we have now giving that type of effort. So them playing the Eagles in week 13
And
now?
not only was it week 5, it was on the road.
On the road, yeah. But they played, yeah, you're right. And they played Philadelphia on the road and won that game.
And see, it's only certain parameters get set out for certain teams. Any other team that's coming to a new season with a brand new offensive coordinator and system, they're going to get the benefit of the doubt of the offense. Which I've been saying all year is like, you just got to wait till the offense develops. Wait till the offense develops. They still learning. Then they start getting the ball out quick. They start getting it out quick to Pollard, and then then the run game started developing. Then we start intentionally going to 88. You know what I'm saying? Then Ferguson started coming along. The run game is trying to come along. Then, the long ball is coming along. So it just, our offense wasn't where it was at week 5.
No.
And I think we was frustrated with that.
So check this out. We in position to claim the division. We have a chance to go at a number 1 seed. We also have an MVP that's in the conversation in Dak, and Defensive Player of the Year. What was the motto when
Sees everything.
sees everything? It's our opportunity now. Carpe omnia.
Yes, sir.
So what y'all think? How y'all think we're gonna fare within these next couple of weeks and over these next 5 games? Do we have to win them all to be able to do most of these things, or are y'all the 12-5 predictions is what I was hearing? It's will that be enough to claim the division, grab a 1 seed?
12-5 is a 5 spot. That's a 5 spot right now, maybe 6. You know what I mean? 5. Well, but you got to think about the 6 and the 7 right now. The 6 and the 7. Who's the 6 and the 7 right now? Seattle and Green Bay.
No, Seattle's out.
They out, so it's Green Bay. And
So it's
Washington.
Green Bay is 7. Washington's not in there.
So who's 6?
6. Let's look them up.
Yeah, I don't know who's 6. So right now, 12-5, man, gets us a 5 seed easily.
Yes.
12-5 gets us a 5 seed, going to potentially, if at 12-5, if the Eagles get number 1, at 12-5 is not going to win the division. So if the Eagles get number 1, we mess around and have to go to
Vikings.
Vikings. So it's the Vikings, and what's their record?
6-6. Packers 6-6.
So right now we locked in at either a 5, a 2, or a 1. You know what I mean? It just really depends on what these other teams do. Worst case scenario, it's a 5, man. So we see Atlanta first round. And depending on where the 1-2 position, we either are gonna play San Francisco or Philly. The second in the divisional round.
Yes.
You know, it'd be one or the other. Unless Detroit makes some moves and you know, that game's proven to be real big here soon is that Detroit game. Because they're 8-3.
Every game's big.
9-3.
9-3, yeah, they're 9-3. Every game's huge, but they're 9-3. San Francisco's 9-3. The Eagles are 10-2, and we 9-3. You know,
They gonna play.
Yeah, and we play 2 of them teams. So these next few weeks is gonna prove real big for us if we can come out on top of that, because that gives Detroit a loss and that gives Philly another loss too. So in that case, it makes it a better shot for that either 1 or 2 position, depending on what San Francisco does.
Yeah, because I think that in order for us to get the 1 seed, we're gonna San Fran's gonna have to drop 1, and we got to win out.
Correct. Correct.
So
Because they got the heads up.
Correct.
So worst case scenario, well, best case scenario is they drop 1, we win out.
yeah, and then I don't know what the tiebreaker would be with the Eagles.
Division.
Division record.
The division? Ah,
division.
okay.
And if we both got the same record, it'll go to conference, which they had the upper hand because we lost to the Cardinals and they lost to the AFC.
And they still haven't played the Cardinals yet, so
Jets. They'd have 2 losses in it. So how many losses we'd have? We'd have 2 losses in the NFC too.
Correct.
And they'd have 2 losses in the NFC.
No.
If they lose to us,
Yes.
they'd have 2 losses. So even if we tie, if they lose to us and we tie, you still have, we're tied in so many different, we're tied in division record, we've been tied in losses, in wins too. Heads up would be tied. So that would then take us to what, points scored, or division wins against the AFC then?
Who's?
What's the next tiebreaker down that line?
No, we got 3. We had 3. They only got 2.
Three what?
3 conference losses.
We lost to
San Fran, Philly, and the Cardinals.
Sure did.
They got 2.
There it is. Yeah, sure did. Never mind. There it is. So
You just
they
gotta win out.
Yeah, we gotta win out. We gotta win out.
You know what I'm saying?
Still hope they drop
We,
one.
we fight to the end, man. And
I
we see
said
where
I
we
was a
at.
homer last week, but I said I wanted all of those.
I want all of them. Absolutely.
You need all
I'm
of them.
looking at it like, man, we're going to keep getting better and being, you know. That's what we need to strive for.
So we want to continue playing good football. Even winning out, we still need help. At this
Yeah.
point. Even winning out, we still
we
need
put
help.
ourselves in that predicament, so we just got to handle our
with the
business from
Cardinals,
here
man.
on.
If we win out and we don't get it because of other things, I'm perfectly fine with that. We can only control and handle what we can.
Right,
So
right.
whatever somebody else do, whatever they don't do, it's just meant to be. Fuck it, 2 buckets. But if we go out here and lay an egg or 2, and other teams is doing what they doing, or even if other teams fail and falter, and we fall and fall down too, that's not helping us, and that's gonna. I ain't gonna feel that.
No, I mean, I want to go in playing good, but I'd also like to look at matchups, you know, favorable matchups in the playoffs, because regardless of what, that's going to matter where we play. It is going to matter where we play, whether we go to Philly or whether we end up in San Francisco. That makes a big difference as far as matchups.
Yeah.
I'd rather
Or Detroit is
I'm cool when I look at Detroit and their playing style. I'm cool with playing them. I don't fear their playing style. As far as matchups, San Francisco is or has been a bad matchup for us going in. I'm not saying I want to duck them, but I do.
I don't want to duck
I
them.
don't want to duck them because I'm not scared of them. But as far as when I look at any of the matchups going into the playoffs, going to Philly is a better option to me. Going to Detroit is a
Okay,
better
I'm about to
option.
say,
to me.
I ain't really worried about Philly.
I'm not worried about them at all.
Be the
I'm not worried
best.
about them at
I
all.
done seen
Yeah,
us
beat
in
the best.
Philly.
Yeah, beat the best.
I done seen us in
I
Philly.
want to beat whoever, man, whoever line them up,
worry
mow
about
them
that.
down, man.
Detroit
Peeling
Detroit
caps.
scares me because they're young and hungry, and they don't know no better right now. They don't know that they're not supposed to. They're not experienced to know the ins and outs right now. They just out here.
They're playing ball.
They balling. They just balling. Read and react. They just playing. And whenever you get the young hungry cats, they always a threat. They are. But I ain't too much worried about them either.
They ain't hungrier than us.
Nah, they ain't. And I mean, respect to them because
They getting good, but we, you know what I'm saying?
But we knew this was coming from Detroit, so I think they're living up to expectations. So I don't look at them as overperforming right now because at the end of last season, everybody knew Detroit was coming. And now they're here. So now I can't look at them and say, you know, they're doing more than what they could. They're young and they're hungry, true, but this is the same team as last year, and they're carrying on for what
They
happened
still
year
didn't make
before.
it to playoffs last year.
There was one game out.
I don't care if
There's
you're
one
3
game
or
out.
13, 9. If we one game out and don't make the playoffs, nobody's gonna say, "Oh, they was close. They was one game out."
but
they-
we're
they
not
didn't-
Detroit, but
they
we're
didn't
also
make
not
it.
Detroit.
They didn't make it.
You know,
So
they ain't gonna
they're-
show us no respect, so we take it anyway.
So they're not a playoff. They don't know. They haven't
we
been in a
take it.
playoff run. They not in that to hold a home field. They don't. It's just the best record they've had since the '60s. They're ecstatic. Their fans don't even know how to handle it.
They back.
Yeah,
they coming outside. They done dropped the
Yeah.
Yeah,
dropped
they're
the Barry
excited.
Sanders DVD.
They're definitely happy in Detroit. That's for
They are
sure.
happy right now. And if the season ended and they didn't make it, they're fine right now. And it would be a successful season for them at this moment. It would be a catastrophic failure for us not to. And we got the same record.
Yeah,
just-
I mean,
it's
that's
life.
but that's our expectation, though. Like you said, a mouthful because what that is them being happy for finally succeeding. But I also believe they knew that they were going to be good. I think that they're happy that they are good, but everybody knew Detroit was going to be good. You knew
True.
that last year. You knew that. You knew that
yeah.
they were going to be good.
Yeah.
So they're doing exactly what everybody said they should do right now. So their expectation still has to taper off too, because they're like, shit, man, we supposed to win. You know, they've
Yeah, but
carried
it-
the success over literally as far as carried success over from last year to this year. Detroit
They
has
didn't
been
have. They
consistent.
didn't. They wasn't successful last year.
No, but you seen them coming at the end of the year, man. You knew they came on strong at the end of the year. And
So
they won
you
their last few games. They
so
won
you
their last few
worried
games.
about this shit?
I'm not worried about
I mean, why are we talking about the Detroit line? I don't think they. I ain't worried about that
because it's
bro.
possibly a playoff foe. So
It is.
Yeah,
definitely
possible.
knock them off.
Yeah.
So
I
you
so,
think? Yeah, well, I don't want to get too far ahead, but I'm just saying it's Ring of Honor Day for Jimmy, man. So,
Yeah.
I think we're getting ready to get them too.
Go
So,
nuts for that day. Hey,
Yeah.
Go nuts for
But,
Jimmy.
man.
The curse is lifted.
Is that the Indies night? Is that the Indies?
I don't know, but how y'all feel about Deron, man? Y'all think he got that poor performance out of the way, man, and he's gonna bounce back against the Eagles next week?
I'm not too worried about him. I ain't too worried about him, man. He got that. He got picked on all game, and they handled him rough. But he still stood tall and stood to what he knows, stood to the fundamentals, man. And when he played his press tight men, he got us one back. You know what I'm saying?
He got torched
That
again
says
after
a
that.
lot. You know, he really got the. He got the.
torched again after that.
Yeah, he
gave us
did.
in one moment, bro.
Yeah, he
little
still
break.
was getting torched, though,
Yeah,
but
he
he
got
did
torched,
give us
man.
a
He got
one, though,
torched.
To
man.
keep fighting is you know.
Yeah, they got knocked down again.
He got that amnesia that you want your cornerback to have.
That's
Get up
true.
and get knocked down.
He got that amnesia you want your cornerback to have, man. That says a lot about his character.
Yeah, he did show some.
John,
I'ma say you-
he's a riverboat.
I
What you
think
say?
it's,
He's a riverboat. Is the gambler?
I don't think they're gonna give him Defensive Player of the Year.
with that performance.
Nah.
Because he broke a record, didn't he? The most yards given up in a first half
Yeah.
in the NFL. And I think it was like 173 or something like that. It was,
was something
It was
crazy.
something crazy.
I know
though.
leading up to that game, he had only gave up one touchdown. That was against Philly. So now you got to turn around and play them again after just giving up some scores and getting torched.
It was multiple receivers.
I don't
They
like.
torched him with multiple receivers, dog.
Oh, yeah.
They
I don't
torched
like
him with
the way
multiple
we
receivers.
play zone, man. I don't think that's for him either.
I'm with that.
I don't like the way we play zone. I really don't think it's for him.
I'm with that.
And I think we was trying to play it safe and scary, and it showed. Dan Quinn didn't call his best game. You know what I'm saying? The players didn't execute their best game on defense.
But at the same time, like I said, Dan Quinn used to be Pete Carroll's defensive coordinator. He knows his
Yeah.
tendencies. He knows what he like. He knows what he don't. He knows the schemes. So
Yeah.
Pete's a great coach. He's been doing this for a long time, and you got his understudy on the other side. He playing chess. He made some moves on him this time. I don't see everybody else being able to use the same offensive schemes that Pete can against him, and to that caliber. So
Yeah.
I ain't too worried about it. But I did see some chink in the arm on you, Bland. We just gonna look at this being a bad
Yeah.
game.
OG, is this a must-win game against Philly?
Oh yeah, this for the marbles, man. This is for the top name on those rows and columns. You know, this is for the top.
For sure.
So if we win this game, do you believe we're the best team in the NFL at that moment?
No.
We still got a couple tough games we're gonna have to tackle after
No,
that.
I don't.
We're gonna have to
Depending on
show
how we
it.
win?
Right now they saying San Fran, man.
We
I
can
mean,
really
you have to
they
say that
earned
because
it.
they win.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say. You gotta-
Yeah, that's the way
earned
they beat
it.
them.
We-
Yeah,
yeah, they
the way
earned
they
it.
beat the Eagles. So if we come out and beat them the same way.
No,
we got smoked. We still got
We had an
We ain't
issue
had no
with
three-game losing
the Seahawks.
Yeah,
man.
we haven't had a 3-game losing streak.
Look, man, if we handle Philly next week and then beat Buffalo and then go on the road and knock Miami, we'll get people's attention. We just like y'all said, we just need to finish. If we finish, everybody else gonna be talking about us.
They're talking about us already.
Period.
Shit, they just talked about us
They're
if we
talking
had
about us
3
anyway.
wins.
And that's the thing, like when you look at San Francisco's win against Philly, and if we, depending on what we do, if we come out and do the same thing, the run that we've been on here lately, we've been burning shit down. So if we come in and burn that shit down again this week, I would like to think that it should be if anything, 1A and 1B conversation.
We gotta do better.
How
than
and
that,
they put up a burger on us.
That was week 5.
We gotta do
I
better.
got short memory. I got the Ron Bland
We gotta
memory.
do better. We gotta do
I got the Ron Bland memory. That's short.
We got
I don't. I got it one of the elements.
Short.
Yeah, I don't forget shit.
The main reason we have to do better
I
than
don't
that
forget
is
shit.
because
Man, I know.
for one,
I still
Philly
know who
the
got my lunch
Giants
money from
twice.
3rd grade. Yeah. If I see you, I'm a sneaky.
Right.
And they're not losing to them. Who? I mean, I said the reason we have to tighten up our game and we got to finish is Philly got the Giants twice.
That's a
They're
bad
not,
motherfucker
they're
right
not
there.
gonna
That's a
lose.
bad motherfucker.
They're not gonna
Yeah.
lose any one of them
That's a bad
to the
motherfucker.
Giants. They're gonna-
Let's go, Danny
it's too
DeVito.
bad.
Danny DeVito.
Let's go,
We gotta
DeVito.
finish strong.
We have to.
Hey, though. The Giants and Washington give Philly fits all the time, though, bro. They went to overtime twice with the Commanders.
You remember you said
So-
Danny DeVito, right?
Yeah.
Forget about it.
I'm saying if the Commanders took them to overtime, anything can happen, man.
No, they have been itching. Like I don't look. See, that's the thing, though. Philly has been itching. They've been trying to lose these games, and they can be beat. It's not. That's I don't. look at
Anybody
them
can
as-
be beat, but
they
you
can be beat. But they have been losing.
You got to
games.
give them
They've
their
been ready
props
to
for the
lose
games. They're still coming out winning games.
Then why don't then
They come out and regardless of, they're still winning the games. They only lost one.
yeah, but
Bill
okay.
Parcells said you are what your record says you are.
So
that
what-
was when he was coaching the Cowboys. His thing is that's what he said.
No, bro, because I look at the way that you play, and
Exactly.
you can look at the way you play.
You are what
Your record
your
says.
record
says
says
you are.
you
That's
are.
what
Then
you
how
are.
is that? Then how is San Francisco the best team in the NFL? How do you call them? Because Philly's record is better than ours.
Because they just put a
They
40
just
on them.
smacked
They
you.
Did you
are
know
what
what your
their
record says you are,
then,
Philly?
Then
So San
you can
Francisco-
say they're second.
Like you say they're second. Yes.
You can
And
call
our
them
record.
second.
And what's our record?
well,
What's
you
our
got
record?
The same as San Fran. And
Well, in that case,
San Fran
that
wasn't
were
Detroit.
two different scenarios, though.
it is.
As in what?
When he said that.
Like I look at it when
They just went head to head. You seen what happened
At their home.
at their crib.
Yes.
Okay.
Ain't no mystery.
But we
in
knew
it.
this was gonna happen when they seen him because the way that they were playing the last 4 weeks. The way that they've been playing the last 4 weeks, every week. What do you say? Fuck them.
Yeah.
They lucky as fuck. You've been saying it for the last 3
yes,
weeks now.
yes.
So when you see they have been ready to lose and they just met a team who was okay with beating them. We should have beat them. They've been playing bad. They've been playing bad since they played us. They haven't been playing great, and they've even came out and said they
Even
don't
before
like to play.
that.
I about to say before.
Even before
us,
then,
they
they've
been
been
playing.
yeah, they've been eking out game. But why is it that? Okay, so I'm gonna ask OG this because he didn't appreciate the way that we won this week. But if you, in Rick's theory, if you give, you know where I'm going. So if you give them credit for them finding ways to win those games, even if they're ugly, why do we not get the same credit?
Are you talking to me or LG?
Both of y'all.
You asked
No,
LG.
look, I appreciated the win. Like I've said before, all wins in this league are good wins. What I didn't appreciate was guys bumping their chest, chest bumping, dapping each other up like we just won a playoff game. That's what I didn't like. I mean, we're the Dallas Cowboys. I expect to beat Seattle.
Okay.
That's
And we
all.
did, and we did.
When you expect to do something, or when you're used to doing something, you shouldn't act a certain way.
So
And remember that day I brought up, just because we're here in Louisville, I brought up the Louisville Cardinal basketball team, just because they have national championships. If they beat a team that's ranked number 1, should we rush the floor? We should be used to beating teams.
You should rush that floor. The niggas that just beat the number 1 team ain't won no championships. Them niggas ain't got to celebrate. Them trophies is in the case. Them niggas ain't got to do that.
Do you think you okay with rush the floor if they beat somebody
I
that's number 1?
think it's scenario
No,
different.
because they're used to being number 1. That's all I'm saying.
I think that scenario is different. I look at it in the player's aspect. You go in there, y'all expect to win this game. Of course. They want to go win this game. Oh, but we ran into a little adversity. 26 getting handled right now. We ain't used to that.
Defensive player of the year.
We ain't used to that. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit, they coming out harder. They showing up for the Cowboys once again. You know
We
what I'm
ain't
saying?
getting no sacks. Geno's throwing for
We tired.
X amount of yards.
Like I said, 3 games with 12, 13 days. We a little tired. We been Turkey Day, just went down. We been chilling with the family, eating good. I think they was just like, man, we really came together and overcame that adversity because our key players was missing plays down the stretch, like CD dropping the ball, a missed pass, and a missed assignment on the line, you know what I'm saying? So I think they was just happy that
That's
they came
groupie
back.
and the lobby shit, man. It was
But
There was a whole lot going on the sideline, too. The star study was happening
like we
more
talked
than
about
usual.
before. Remember me and Rick, we talked about how that team still had quality players on the other side.
Correct.
How they had players on offense and defense.
And they matched up with them.
We should have known they have talent. You can't. I hope you don't go on the field underestimating the talent that they had.
I don't think we did.
I don't think we did.
But-
I just think it's a good football
I think
team.
we ran up on some people who was desperate.
Yeah, they was hungry.
They was hungry.
Yeah.
The week before Turkey Day, they just had a burger put up on them. They was
Right,
they was hungry.
reputation.
That was.
I agree.
But this was fighting for their playoff. This was a big game. I think
Yeah,
they
it
went
was a
into
big
it
game.
as a bigger game for them than it was for us, and they came out and hit us in the mouth. And we
I agree with that.
and
It
we swung back.
And it was already a bigger game because it's the Cowboys.
Correct.
I agree.
Correct.
Now we done dropped the
Absolutely.
game in the
Absolutely
division.
correct.
We done dropped the game in the division. Now playoff hopes is on the line. We win this one, y'all. Hey,
Yeah.
we need this game.
Yeah.
Playoff time. You hear me? We need this.
And they came in. And
So
that's a good
kinda-
football team, though. Seattle has the players to beat anybody in this league. They have the players to.
That
beat
ain't what you
anybody.
were saying before the game.
What you mean?
That ain't what you
was I
said last
saying
week.
before the game? What else?
Adding.
Gino's throwing them.
Nah. you was
Geno's
like,
throwing
man,
them.
they ain't got nothing. We ain't worried about them. We sitting here saying, nah, they got some good players over.
Nah, but we knew DK was nice. We knew Lockett
It's
was
not
nice.
just like we.
Hey, I know. This is what I know, man. I know about 9 years ago, man. After we beat Seattle, man. When are we gonna get back like this with this type of passion, man? What?
Baby, we them boys. We coming with the victory. We want Super Bowls. We are back. We are back. This game time, baby. We real. We showing them it's real.
Are we there now?
I'm saying.
Are we there now?
That was a hell of a moment right there. He just went back on us.
Who's that?
That was me.
It was you. You was going nuts.
I'm nuts on man. Some years back, man.
When we gonna go back like that, man? Like where we at, man? Like for real.
On the ground.
Because I'm just saying, man.
Like it was a Seattle game.
That was a Seattle team.
Yeah.
That was a Seattle team. My dude was feeling that way after a Seattle win.
Are we
And
still
you
up?
saying we shouldn't been bumping our chest, man?
What year was that?
Hey, man.
What year was that?
The last time we beat them in the playoffs.
Nah, it wasn't. Nah. It was after. It was before
That
that.
must have been close.
It wasn't
No, it was a regular season game.
It wasn't the Romo
and we
Terrence
went
Williams
and
game,
we
was it?
went on the road. They still had Marshawn and all
Romo
them.
Terrence Williams.
That's
Yeah.
probably why
Terrence
it
Williams
looked to
sideline.
me
That's when they was who
Access
they.
looked better because they probably were not too far removed from a ring. Huh?
Yeah, that's what it
Yeah,
was.
it's
That's what it
definitely-
was.
yeah.
Terrence Williams
Yeah,
sideline
yeah.
coach. The
I actually
tippy-toe
think
touch,
it's the
you
year
know?
Dez
And Lemon Towel.
caught it. I think it was that year,
That's when I'm going to be hoorah.
2014.
I need an NFC championship. I need to get there.
Not to
Yeah.
get there, just to NFC,
Nah.
not the whole thing.
Yeah, I
I
think
need
it
the whole
was that
thing,
year
but I'm not
because we
gonna
was gonna
feel-
play Seattle after that
Got to
game.
get to the championship, man.
So it's not a successful season unless we get to the NFC Championship game.
In my opinion.
I
I need to be
agree.
there. I agree.
I agree.
I agree totally. It's NFC Championship or bust. That's just it. I mean, I don't see why we can't get there, because like you mentioned earlier, you were asking if Dak was the best quarterback in the NFC East. He might be the best quarterback in the NFC right now. Playing. Okay, I wanna use a little semantics right here. I wanna use a little semantics. He might not be the best quarterback in the NFC, but he's playing the best right now.
Okay.
There's a difference. Just like I feel like we're not the best team in the NFL, but I believe we are playing the best right now, even with that tight game to Seattle, because our offense is on fire. After the last 3 to 4 games, we've dropped 40, and
But it's
should've been-
more to the game than just the offense, though. Like, you know, when you're playing the best, you know, it's all three phases.
Right.
I mean, but if we're firing like this, if we can continue to drop 30 points beats Philly. 30 points beats Philly.
I mean,
last
but
time
we
played.
was dropping 30 points and the offense wasn't performing well, remember?
And that is true, but the offense is now performing well. We're doing the defense ain't giving us the same thing it was.
But we
giving us
need
in the
that,
first
though,
week.
in
We
order
do
for
need
us
it.
to be considered one of the best.
But now we found both ways to win. So I think that would
Put it
that signals
together.
almost
We got to
completion.
put it together.
Yeah, but
I
you
still
can
ain't
still
seen
win
us
games without that.
put it all the way together.
Yeah, but you can still win games being strong on one side of the ball, just like y'all said earlier. The defense, you're willing to win 3-0.
Correct.
You know what I mean? So you don't have to put it together. It just has to somebody. It's great to have a complete game, but it's okay with somebody being better than the other as long as the one who's better is literally carrying. You can't have.
So
you
you
can't
would
have a
rather
C
for the
plus and a-
offense
and a C.
carry us. You would rather for the offense carry us.
I'm okay with the offense carrying us. I can't say I'd rather either one. You know what I mean? I'd rather us win, but I'm okay with the offense carrying us because if we can drop 41, we gave up what 35? Yeah, you know we still dropped
I
41.
don't want to give up 35.
I don't want to
though.
give up 35, but we were able to get 41 in that case and still win the game after being down, after needing touchdowns late. Defense came up with the stops that needed to go. Fuck whatever happened at the beginning of the game. In the fourth quarter, what happened?
That's
Our
true.
defense made plays, our offense made plays. So fuck all that other shit in the first 3 quarters. That shit don't matter because in the other games it was we show out in the first 3 quarters and then we falter in the fourth. I'm okay with ending the game strong. I'm talking
Yeah.
fuck them other 3 quarters because we ended the game strong and we won. on to the next week. I'm cool with that.
I'm cool with us growing in situational football. You know what I'm saying? Being able to take advantage of situations when it's not the norm.
Yeah, you got to win a shootout every now and then.
Yeah,
I'm okay
I mean,
with
I-
that. Feels
whatever,
good to be
like,
able to
get
win a
the
shootout.
W
though.
any
There's a lot
kind
of
of
teams
way.
that can't put that ball in the end zone. There's a lot of
that's-
teams right now.
Yeah, there's gonna be times where one side of the ball ain't playing as well as the other. Just be ready when in that moment. You know, like our defense stepped up in the right moment.
We lost to Arizona. Our defense, you talked about our defense gave up 28 points that game. Our offense didn't give us shit. You know, now at this point, our defense gave up 35, our offense gave us 41. When the defense was on their back, offense carried the game and was able to win the game for the first time in a long time. So, hey, give me that, man. You know, we gave up 35, but fuck it, we scored 41. I'm okay with that. If we had scored 38, I might have been like, but we gave up another burger, man. Fuck it. Burger week. Y'all should be happy.
I'm always
We got
happy
another
over
one.
win.
Yeah, it's burger week. We all need to be happy, man. Damn that. I ain't worried about them, man. It's on to the Eagles. We're drop another one.
Another
Blue,
burger?
blue, man. Drop another one, dog. Why not?
I'm asking.
I'm just
Tighten
saying,
up,
why not?
man.
The last time we didn't drop a burger, we was on the road.
I'm gonna give you the benefit of the
We was
doubt.
on the road the last time we didn't drop a burger, and that was at Carolina.
Yeah,
We
you
scored
heard that.
33 points. The last 4 weeks that we've been home 3 out of those, right? And we dropped a burger each time. Each time we've been at home for the last 3 games. We go to Carolina, we dropped 33. No burger. And then we come back home, we dropped another burger. So now Philly's coming to Dallas, burger week. We eating bird burgers this week.
Okay.
You know, good bird
We
burgers.
gonna-
We ate turkey burgers
Talk your
on
shit.
Thanksgiving.
It's going
now
nuts over
bird,
there.
now
Talk your
bird
shit.
burgers, man. We duck hunting this week.
Talk your
You know,
shit.
I'm on that shit because fuck them, dog. Y'all gonna sit up here. Nah, fuck it, dog. Y'all sit up here and won't play out.
And it's an Eagles fan. It's an Eagles fan in the
Y'all sit
building.
up here. Y'all sit up here and
The
won't play out.
dime
We
be
ain't
going
the best,
nuts.
dog. Look, now y'all gonna sit up here and we ain't the best. Nah, man. Fuck all that, dog. We are playing the best football in the NFL right now.
Yeah,
'Cause the
man.
Chiefs, you see what the Chiefs did last night. Is that your king? What happened? Fucked it up. You know what I mean? He fucked it up last night. And then you look at the Eagles. You can get it too. San Francisco gave it to him. Okay, thank you. We appreciate the gift. You know, y'all handled it. My man said it earlier.
Yeah.
We handled y'all's work. Y'all handle our work. Thank you. Yeah, you know, we did each other a favor here. Now, you know,
Right.
Seattle's back there. You can't see them. Man, go ahead and give us.
But you was talking about ducking San Fran earlier in the podcast.
I didn't say I dug him. I said the favorable matchup. I told you I don't.
Okay,
if
but
I'm
you're
looking at matchups, I
talking
don't-
like that as if
Don done
we're
kicked
not the
in.
best.
Man,
No, we are the best.
The dime
my
kicked
man
in.
is going nuts. Keep going, man. Keep
No,
going,
we are
bro.
the best, dog. But I'm saying there's a favorable matchup. If I want to take the easy road, if I rather have an easier road,
Why
I don't
would you
care.
want to take the
Man,
easy
see,
road if you're
that's
the
problem
best?
with people, man. That's the problem with people, dog. Y'all niggas want to grind. You can grind. That's cool, man. But if I got an easy ass road, I'm gonna take the easy ass road. Like fuck the grinding if I don't have to grind. I'm
with you.
You know what I mean? It's like I'm with you. Like fuck it. If I could play Atlanta and then possibly Detroit or fucking Minnesota, I don't give a fuck. If I can avoid San Francisco and make it to the NFC and make it to the Super Bowl. Fuck you, San Francisco. I don't need to see you. You know what I mean? Like, I'm okay with that.
I ain't gonna be my message sick.
I don't
I'm
give a
on
fuck as long as we
that
make it. Yeah, as long as we make it. Fuck it, man. If I can avoid San Francisco,
If I can go through y'all, it's even better.
It's even better. But
I
if
want
can
y'all
play
on
that
my.
way,
I want y'all on the look because I'm a bad.
I don't care who we play as long as we make it, man.
The whole season.
That's gonna happen.
Whoever
Like,
on there getting the dub.
if we do avoid San Francisco by any way and we make it, they're gonna say, "Oh, you didn't play San Francisco." They're gonna always move at goalposts.
Well, you know, that's what they
They're
do.
gonna always move at
Yeah.
goalposts. I can make it. I don't care
Like
if
they
we
ain't
about
play.
none of that.
I don't care if we play
None
UNC.
of that.
I don't care if we play UNC Charlotte. I don't care if we play FSU. Nigga, if we make it to the Super Bowl, I'm happy. I don't care who we play. Get to the Super Bowl, man, and we worry about that then, man. Like I don't.
Here we
I don't
go
care
talking about
opponents,
Super Bowl again.
Man, that because that's
Here we go.
yeah, dog. Nah, fuck all that, man. We
Yeah,
gotta-
speaking of
hey,
here we
man, check me out. Ice
I
on
didn't
me.
hear that in the
No, look.
podcast last time. I was supposed to hear that
Nah.
somewhere in the beginning.
Nah,
I was
nah.
supposed to hear, here we go. And I didn't hear that
Ice
in the
on
podcast.
me. We go to the Super Bowl. We got the
Yeah, I think it was an Eagles fan that didn't put that here we go in there.
So we are definitely gonna be in the Super Bowl this year, man. Take it to the bank. Take it to the bank, man.
Yeah,
We in
and
there.
Eagles, John, I need to hear that here we go in the podcast.
We going to Super Bowl. I'm going nuts, man.
Here we go. Don't stop. Keep going, man.
Season, man. We going,
My
man.
man said,
Fuck it, we
take
gonna
it to the bank,
take
man.
it
We
to
going to the
bank
Super
and
Bowl,
cash. We going
man.
to the Super Bowl,
Yeah.
man. You know what I mean?
Here,
Don't
man.
think, you know what I mean? If I can't get to Vegas, if I can't go to Vegas, going to the parade. You know what I mean? I was perfect. I don't even have to be at the game. I just want to be down there, you know, for the atmosphere.
I could just be
I don't even
in
care about the
Vegas,
game.
boy.
You know what I mean? I could watch the game, but you know, if not, you can expect to see crew at the parade. You know, acting up.
What about in the NFC Championship at San Fran in Santa Clara?
What about what?
Would y'all attend the NFC Championship game at San Fran in Santa Clara?
Yeah.
No.
He said no.
You still saying no, Slick?
Yeah.
I'm going.
No.
Come on,
NFC
man.
Championship
Come
game,
on,
San
man. The crew got to be in attendance,
Rick's going, man. We all
That's
go.
what's
Rick's gonna
going.
go,
That's what's
dog.
going break.
I'm out too
That's
much
what's going to
pressure
break the
not to
curses
go.
off, man.
Ain't number 3 points,
We need to
man.
be in
You got-
attendance
I'm
for
going
that one,
anyway.
man. The whole crew, man. You still in the corner in the club, man, hoping it don't go down, man.
I'm gonna sneak them when they go. I'm gonna sneak them when it start.
I'm sneaking.
I'm with you. We going to Dallas.
You say we going to Dallas?
I'm with you. We going to Dallas.
Let's go.
That's right. Go to Dallas. That's even better.
Let's go.
You still
Even
got to be there to
way
sneak
better.
and win the star. You still got to be there for that one.
I'm with that.
Dallas would be nice. I don't care where we go. I just want to
Yeah.
go. I just want to
Yeah.
go. And then we gonna win, and then we gonna get number 6
Finish it
or
out.
7.
Going
And
nuts.
got
we
my
gonna
nigga
go
fucked
nuts.
up
And we
over
gonna
here.
go
They going
nuts.
nuts.
Yeah, we going nuts.
I ain't heard about these people.
Yeah,
nuts.
no, we going nuts. And we gonna get 6 for 7,
man.
and the world gonna explode, man. Because
said that
Cowboys
early in the year,
Nation, we
6
going
for
crazy,
7.
dog. 6 for 7, man.
So we're not gonna do our predictions on tonight, man. We'll save them for the kickback. But what y'all feel?
Terry already told me burgers.
Yeah, I hear you. We'll save our predictions. You know, something might change. We don't know what's going on during the week, so we'll save the predictions and stuff for the kickback. But how y'all feel? Anybody got issue with the college football playoff lineup? What the committee did with the 4 teams?
Go ahead, OG.
You know, I lightweight had an issue. You know, this is the first time that, you know, a top 5 power conference team that's undefeated didn't get in. You know, I get it. The committee's looking at the eye test. They've got a 3rd string. They hadn't looked good in a few weeks. But them boys can run the ball and they can play defense. And I just think they got slighted, man. I think, you know, an undefeated power conference team should be in the playoffs.
Who would you take out and
You know, is not as unpolitic as it is. I'll take Alabama out, man. They would. I mean, yes, they beat Georgia. True enough, that just knocked Georgia out. It just doesn't mean you jump FSU, who's undefeated. You know, it just doesn't mean that to me.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I get it. You know, SEC's old. It's old money, man. It's the oldest money in the game.
So if I don't even know really what it was, but what was they before the game? Alabama 6. So if you're
They
the
were
6,
8.
yeah, they was 8.
They were 8.
so if you're the 8 team in the nation and you beat the number 1, what do you go down to?
You can't jump a team who's number 4 who
Probably
didn't
5.
lose. Florida
say
State was
5?
4th in the country. Like,
It
how do they
depends. Usually
jump?
about 5.
How does-
Usually all
how does
them got
anybody
hell of a
jump
records.
the 4th-ranked team in the country who doesn't lose?
Right.
I don't get it.
Yeah, it's
That's
crazy.
when it comes down to who have you beat.
Probably 5.
So
Usually
strength
them
of
guys
schedule
ain't
or
no-
none of
Strength
that
of schedule's
matters.
a motherfucker, dog. It's strength of schedule's a motherfucker.
That
dog.
too, and you know, depending on how you looking at it from the business perspective or fan.
Look, man,
Business.
Who's
I
bringing
don't
the
know.
monies?
Business.
And I don't know who would beat who, but Florida State has always showed and proved in big-time bowl games. They've always brought it. I'm not too sold on Washington. Okay, they had a good year. Let's see what they do in the playoffs.
They got high power offense though.
Very happy.
It just look good to watch, and they gonna bring some money because they been hot.
That'd be 2 top 10 teams.
Yes, it's true.
I mean, they can't.
We ain't got time for no third string running the ball, and the
That's what I was
defense
thinking,
all
man.
day.
Yeah, we ain't got no
Well,
time
that's
for, we ain't got time for no low
tapered
scoring.
the rules so the
That's
offense can
exactly
succeed.
what it is. It's not sexy, man. It's football now. With the new rules, in college and the professional level that affect the defense. It's a game they want to be fast. It's a game that they want a lot of points scored now, and they want it fast. For the casual eye. So they're making it. They're making it that way. They're making it an offensive show.
In college football, the SEC is the cash cow.
True. True.
They are a money generator. That's why conferences is folding up because their best teams is going there.
True.
That is the generator.
True.
There's no way that you're gonna take your main money making machine
In the SEC.
and take them out. You're lucky they didn't put them and Georgia in there.
That's what should've happened.
And leave the other two
I
out
think
because
that's what should've
you
happened.
got the 2-time national champion who went undefeated regular season and only lost to it in the conference tournament and the conference championship by one possession, and you leave them out. They have a bigger argument to me
Florida
than the Seminoles.
I definitely agree.
I can agree with Georgia having an argument, but the Seminoles was 4th in the country. Georgia was 1st. So there's obviously a couple of teams that were behind.
So if you're
Florida
first
State
and
that
you
snuck
lose
in.
to the number 8, do you drop to 5 or 6?
No, I don't agree. I don't think that, but you don't drop the 4 team who doesn't lose. You know what I'm saying?
So if they drop Georgia to 4th,
Then the means
what
Florida
would they?
State should-
And they just leave Alabama out.
That means-
Everybody else moves up.
Yeah,
Is that what you're
Florida
saying?
State should move up. Yeah, exactly what that means.
Alabama's record, though, when you watch their team play, they playing like a playoff football team.
They are. I mean,
So
they are.
that's
Like I
what
said,
it's
the
about. Florida
eye
State's not
test-
playing like a
the eye
Florida-
test. The eye
Yeah.
test killed Florida State.
Yeah, Florida
but,
State
but,
did.
But
It's
you know,
bad. They're
when
not
you're
playing
on
like
your
it.
when you're on your third string, you can't play like you did before. Most like the odds that you're gonna have a third string quarterback as good as the first string is slim to none.
But there's a committee for this, right?
Correct.
So that's where it is. Yeah, they get to talk about it. This ain't numbers based. It ain't that. That goes into it. But if there's
It's definitely numbers based.
it's numbers based, but the committee is able when you add human opinion or perspective into it, you leave for that to get mucky like that. You know what I mean?
Well,
With
like
14
Rick said, man, it's
a business.
The
That's why
business side of the SEC.
Computers give you numbers and facts immediately. When you add a committee with humans, that gives you that business. Hey, man, we can't do this because of this. Now you have something you've taken. It's kind of almost
Don't lie,
taking
but
it-
they don't tell stories.
Man, yeah, right. No, it's gonna get
And
it's gonna come in and it's gonna say, hey, man, you know what? Yeah, those numbers are cool. What about this money?
And
You know
don't-
what I mean?
yeah,
What about
yeah,
this
yeah,
money?
yeah.
Yeah, what about this? Numbers is cool for
And
us.
don't
They
get
deserve
me
it.
wrong, man.
Bread,
Don't get me wrong, because Alabama is capable of winning that playoff.
Yeah.
I mean,
Absolutely.
so
Do you think Florida State was? When you look at them, do you think Florida State was?
man.
What do you think? Yes or
do you
no?
think?
Well, here's the thing,
Yes or
man.
no?
Well, let me
Yes
tell
or-
you. Let me tell you.
Yes or no?
I'll tell you.
Do you think they're capable of winning the tournament?
When you look at them right
When
there.
you look at them right now
yeah.
with the
When I look at how they play defense and run the ball, yes,
okay.
yes.
So you see them going up against Alabama and Nick Saban with a third string quarterback and being able to win that game.
The second string was coming back, but he's not.
So with the
he's
second
not
string,
that
you
great
see them
either.
going
He's not
against
that great
Milrow
either.
and them boys. You see them seeing Saban and Milrow and them boys on the opposite side with a second string quarterback right now and being able to win that game. Or Penix and them dropping 30, 40 a game on you with no trouble.
Look, it would be difficult, nevertheless. Don't get me wrong, but
They see Washington in some trouble. That defense
our
gonna be tested 'cause the
our
offense
did
ain't
that
good
all
enough.
year.
Yeah.
Our offense is horrible. Horrible. They've done it all year.
Yeah.
And I really do think that Florida State's defense is better than ours.
Okay.
So which is the better conference, the ACC or the Pac-12?
Looking like the Pac-12 was this year, says the committee, because the ACC clearly, they're undefeated representative was bumped. So clearly, the committee's saying that the ACC was down.
I'm saying the Pac, whatever it is now, 12, was a better conference this year. They got.
I go with that.
And
I
if
agree.
nothing else,
I agree.
with all the NFL caliber quarterbacks that they got in their conference that's leaving out, I just think they was better this year. For
I
the
agree.
most part, for
I
a
agree.
normal year, I think the ACC is better, but I think this year they was booming this year. You got the Ducks out there. You got.
I'd agree with that.
Even prime time and they struggling as team was still selling out and got NFL caliber players and big hoopla.
Yeah, I agree with that though.
It's a
It was a
business.
solid. It was
It's
a
a
solid. It was a
business.
solid. It was a solid conference. It was very solid.
Solid business. I know a lot of people's panties is in the bunch over Florida State not getting in.
If I was a Florida State fan, I'd be mad too.
I would too. But seeing that they beat Louisville, fuck
But
'em.
I'm not. Yeah, but I'm not. So, the way I look at it is like, hey, you didn't make
Yeah,
it, man.
yeah,
You lost your quarterbacks. I mean, sorry, I hate to see young men go down like that, but facts is the facts,
But
man.
nah,
Y'all just ain't going
you just
y'all
don't-
just wasn't gonna beat none of them other 4 playoff teams. Georgia's the one that got screwed.
You just know it's a business, man.
Georgia's the one
I
that's
can't understand how so many people would really actually fathom that they would leave out the SEC team, let alone the SEC champion. I'm so surprised that they didn't put 2 in, but to think that they wasn't gonna put the SEC in there, that just was never gonna happen.
So what would you say when it shows that when the ACC went up against the SEC,
They was winning.
they in head-to-head matchups, I mean, they won the most over the SEC.
Correct.
So is it just politics, or is the ACC was they legitimate this year?
The SEC is old money, man.
Correct. True
It's
with that.
old money.
But
So it was just strictly politics over.
But how
I'm
many?
saying those was the top teams of the ACC or mediocre beating the. None of them was beating Georgia. None of them beat Alabama, the team that was fighting for their conference. So the rest of the teams, the LSU's losing to Florida State,
But the thing
all
that-
of them, the Clemson beating South Carolina.
But the thing
Them
about
is,
it,
them is lower level teams.
thing
The
about it-
Florida State beating Florida. Them ain't powerhouse in the SEC to me. And on top of that, it's still the business.
And you're right. You're right, Rick. But the thing with college is they give you credit for what that team was ranked when you beat them.
During the ranking, but at the end of the season, when you're
If that
looking
team
back
is
at the teams now, they're not
win
worried
the
about
win.
LSU
Win the
being
win.
ranked in the first week.
What?
They're looking at LSU at the end of the record, at the end of the season, what their record is. Who else can beat them besides you? They're looking at all the other teams. They're not looking at who was ranked, what Tennessee's record was at this time.
Right, that's
They're
right.
looking at the end of the season. Who have you beat then? Where are you at the end at the playoff team?
Where are the teams that you
right
beat
now,
when
the
they lose?
committee said we're taking the 4 best teams and putting them in the playoff conference. Not the 4 ranked teams, not the 4, one from here, one from here. They're taking the 4 best teams. And I'm not saying they got it correct. I'm not saying them are the 4 best because, because Georgia got a real big fight. I'm just saying, you yourself when asked, do you think they would have beat them? Do you think they're one of the 4? You froze up. I'm just saying. I'm not saying
Yeah,
they're not.
but
I'm just saying with the criteria that they was and with everything. I never
but-
seen the SEC getting left out of with that. I just didn't.
So
Yeah, but people are really basing that because Florida State's not scoring offensively.
They're wounded. They're limping.
But when you look at what they
I'm not
do,
letting the lip fighter in this. I'm
when
not
you
letting
look
the
at
lip
what
fighter in
they
there.
do,
Play good defense, run the ball.
And run the
and,
ball.
And when they had that quarterback, they got 2 NFL caliber receivers on the outside that they was getting the ball to. It's not like they just run the ball.
right.
They was getting the ball to them, to Coleman and the other guy. They got
That's what I was
NFL
about to
receivers
say.
when
I
they
sure
get down
like
there.
to have every season with
Yeah,
T.I.
they
Coleman on the
they
other
was
side of
getting- but
CD.
once their quarterback went
Shit.
down,
Hell of that.
it makes them one-dimensional. And at this stage,
Keep him
you're
low.
not the best with one-dimensional right now. You're not one of the 4 best, personally to me. my
No,
opinion.
I get it. I get it.
I just think that when you think about it, that's the only conference, that's the only championship in college, correct me if I'm wrong, that has a committee that can take the numbers out of the game. Because any other type of tournament that they do in any other sport, any of the primetime sports, the numbers matter, you know, as far as
To an extent, with the
college basketball,
to an extent, because it's still
It breaks
they
down
say
certain-
they say the number
But you don't have a
20
committee.
you can't get in with 20, but every year it's a 18 or 19 win team to slide through our
That's what numbers
22,
come in.
23
That's called strength
that
of
don't.
That's where the
schedule.
numbers
Yeah.
come in. That's what I'm saying. But as far
But,
as a person sitting by, a committee sitting behind a desk saying the number 8 or the number 5 team is better than the number 4, when the numbers don't say that, when you can say this is a money decision, that's
That's the
the
same-
only time that you see that, because the 1 seed, okay, if you're top 4 in the country and you win your conference championship, you're more than likely going to be a top 4 seed. You're going to be a 1 somewhere in there. You know, if you're a top 4 team and win your conference championship, you're going to be a 1. In the college football, in the sport of college football, that doesn't matter as much because we just seen it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To say that if this was a bracket, which it is in some sorts, well, no, it's not right now, but if it was a bracket, Florida State would have been a 1 somewhere. If this was college basketball, Florida State would have been A1. They might not have been the overall 1, but they would have been A1. Now we don't even see
think
them
that'd
being
have
in
been
the
a 2.
top 4.
I
Yeah.
think that'll step been
So
too.
that's what I'm saying. If you got a 12-team playoff right now, Florida State would be a number. They should be a number 1.
In
I think that'd have been a
basketball,
two.
They should be by
in
numbers.
basketball,
I
they
think that'd
would've-
have gave Georgia the other
In
one.
basketball, they'd have been a 1.
Losing the
And
championship,
because in
yeah. They
basketball,
would've been a 1 in basketball.
you don't lose your spot. I don't care if you lose,
Yeah.
win by a point.
Point. You still don't
you
move.
keep that ranking.
Yeah, you still
Yeah,
that
you don't
ranking.
move.
And that's the thing is like when you have that human aspect to say it's a money decision or this team ain't pretty, so we don't want to see them in there. It takes it's it's fucked up.
But
You know
the
what I
thing
mean? It's
about
kind
it
of
is,
fucked up.
it's Alabama's in it, and like I said, they can possibly win it. So if
But that's a good football
if they
team.
win it, then it doesn't, it looks like the experts,
Well,
Numbers-wise, Alabama shouldn't have been in there. If you look at the rankings and the numbers,
but they're-
Alabama
They
shouldn't be in there.
they go to a 12-man team next year.
Yes.
So
Yeah. Okay.
Be better, motherfucker.
it's gonna be better.
I hope Alabama don't win it.
Why?
I just don't want them to.
I'm with you.
You
know why.
Alabama, man?
I just don't.
I'm with you. I would love to see somebody new. I would love to see Washington, Texas. I just like to see somebody different, something different, But I ain't really got no dog in the fight, no way whatsoever. So I don't
I
really
like how they adapting though. They face a little adversity with the new swing of things in college football, man. Alabama's starting to,
Yeah.
starting to figure it out again.
Well,
Yeah, they are.
Y'all be y'all heard Cal Saban now. He's gonna go on another run on them. Y'all better watch it. He's relentless, man. So you gotta respect it, man. If it
Yeah,
you
that's
don't see, you
respect.
still got games to play.
Nick Saban.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. He's a little tricky guy though. You gotta watch.
He's always-
Yeah, he's a
I
little
mean, he
tricky.
plays football.
Well,
Football's football.
Yeah, he's a little tricky.
He plays
though,
it.
man.
What do you mean by that?
Well, he's he's one of them dudes, man, that he likes to stay on the radar, but if he sees somebody else doing that, he gonna try to call you out. He's a little sneaky. You gotta watch him. He's a snake in the grass, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Dabo, that's
Well,
Dabo's winning too.
Yeah.
You ain't cheating, you ain't trying. Then you ain't gotta cheat. So yeah, come up with a new plan.
Yeah,
We still Alabama at the end of the day, so
Yeah, they
Yeah,
shot
well,
their shot
keep
to
your
Deion.
grass
And to have the nerve to call somebody else a cheater.
Yeah, they
How
shot
about
their
that?
shot to Deion last year. I
how
ain't
about
forget.
that?
We got receipts.
nah, they was doing a whole lot of hating. They still hating.
Yeah, they're probably gonna continue hating, but fuck them.
Well, anyway, good luck to those 4 teams, man.
Who you going for?
I don't care, man.
Me either.
I don't care.
I was just ready to troll on you, but since you don't care, I really don't either. For real.
I don't care, man.
I'm gonna go with Bama. Man. They playing really good football, man.
Hey,
And I
man,
ain't no
I'm
fan.
disappointed that you were going
I
with
ain't no
anybody,
fan.
Jerry.
Why you say that?
Because they're not your team, man. leave him alone.
You just asked who we going for. You just asked who we going for.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's
don't
all.
go for none of them.
No, I mean,
If they not your team, don't go for none of them.
Man, look, I'm Louisville first for sure.
that's always-
You know what I mean? But now at this
Ain't no
point,
problem to ask.
it's one of them things like I ain't got no dog in the fight. But I'm just looking at who's playing really good football right now, man. It's a good team to watch, and they're playing good football.
Like the quarterback.
Yeah, man. Like I like to see the young man do his thing. He's out there playing really good. So.
Cowboys raw and uncut.
Well, good luck. Well, good luck, man. Good luck to them all, man. Well, the Cowboys right now is 3-point favorites over Philly. Sunday night, 8:20. Hey, man, if I ain't have to work, man, I don't know, man. This might have been the day where I just hopped on a flight on the low.
So hold on, we have 3-point favorites. Does that
That
mean-
Sunday night
does that
game
mean-
sound good, boy.
Everybody
You
gonna
get
be
3 for
happy.
being at home, so it's
It's a
even.
pick 'em
So
on
it's
them.
even.
It's even.
It's
You
even.
get 3
Yeah,
at home,
it's a
so
pick 'em.
Being at home.
It's a pick 'em. So we'll have our predictions and our key players on the kickback. So y'all make sure y'all tune in, like, share, subscribe as always. It's once again Cowboys Raw and Uncut. Crew out.
Hit that notification button, man. We dropping shit.
40 burger.
We going forward this
And my
week.
man said we win the Super Bowl. Man, cash it, man.
Cash
He
it.
been nuts for it.
Cash, we gonna win it. That's what we gonna do, man. I'm feeling that, dog.
Cowboys raw and uncut.